receivers who signed new deals with their teams is that those two guys were drafted by the Atlanta Falcons and drafted by the Green Bay Packers.
What if CeeDee Lamb just told Cowboys Nation the biggest reason this team is about to be better, and most people missed it because they only heard the word annoying? That is the part that jumps out at me. When your best receiver, a guy who sees good football every single day, tells you this new defense is annoying to prepare for, tricky to deal with, and forcing the offense to play faster and cleaner, that is not a complaint, that is a signal. That is a star player telling you something real is happening on the other side of the ball. Because let's be honest, the biggest problem with Dallas was not hard to find. The offense already had enough juice, it already had explosiveness, it already had the ability to put stress on teams. The defense was the problem. Communication issues, busted looks, too many clean reads for quarterbacks, too many moments where everything felt way too easy for the other side. And now you have CeeDee Lamb out there saying this new unit is communicating, translating from the meeting room to the field, and making life difficult. That matters. That matters a lot. And the reason it matters is because Brian Schottenheimer gave away the secret. He said this scheme is built to make quarterbacks work after the snap. That is huge. That means less pre-snap clarity, fewer easy answers, more hesitation, more doubt, and more time for the pass rush to get home. That is exactly what good defenses do in today's NFL. They do not just line up and hope talent wins. They make the quarterback think for half a beat too long, and that half beat changes everything. A pressure becomes a sack, a hesitation becomes a bad throw, a clean read becomes confusion. And that is why this is such a big Cowboys story. Dallas is not trying to build some miracle defense overnight. Nobody serious should expect that. But becoming harder to diagnose, becoming harder to attack, becoming more connected and more disciplined, that is realistic. That is how a defense climbs from being a liability to being a real support system for the team. And if you listen carefully, that is exactly what CeeDee is describing. He is not just praising teammates because it's June. He is telling you this defense is already forcing the offense to lock in. That should fire Cowboys fans up because the offense is already talented enough to scare people. CeeDee is still CeeDee. Dak still has weapons, George Pickens is expected at mandatory minicamp, and Dallas already showed last year it could move the ball at a high level, finishing near the top of the league in yards and inside the top 10 in scoring. The issue was never whether the Cowboys could put points up. The issue was whether the defense could stop making life harder for everybody else. Now, think about what happens if Christian Parker's defense really starts working the way Schottenheimer described. Opposing quarterbacks are processing late, the picture changes after the snap, the rush has an extra moment to arrive. The defense does not have to be full of household names dominating every rep if the structure itself is creating stress. That is the bet Dallas is making. Not just on Rashawn Gary, not just on young talent, not just on the additions. They are betting that confusion can become production. And honestly, that's smart football. The best part is that this kind of praise is coming from the exact kind of player you want to hear it from. CeeDee Lamb is not some backup safety talking up the install. He is the guy the defense has to survive against in practice. So when he says it's annoying, tricky, and forcing the offense to sharpen up, that is one of the cleanest endorsements Christian Parker could get this early. So my read is simple. If CeeDee Lamb is this bothered by the new defense in June, rival quarterbacks better be paying attention for the fall. The Cowboys do not need this unit to become legendary overnight. They need it to become disciplined, deceptive, and dependable. And if that's already starting to show up in practice, then Dallas has a real chance to be a much more balanced, much more dangerous football team in 2026. Cowboys Nation, tell me what you think. Is CeeDee's reaction the strongest sign yet that Christian Parker is changing this defense for real? Hit like, subscribe, and drop your take in the comments.